of all, let's start by creating a new project and then selecting the Universal 3D. And after selecting the Universal 3D, and then go to My Project and give it a name. Okay, and then just go and create the project. While the project is being downloaded, let's go to the Developer PICO Resources. We're gonna go scroll down and go to Unity and download the PICO Unity Integration SDK version 3.4.0. Now let's import the SDK we just downloaded. Just go to Windows and then Package Manager, and then choose the location where you installed your Unity Integration SDK and import the package.json file. After a successful installation, you'll get a pop-up with specific configuration that you need to apply. Make sure you click on Apply All. As a start, let's have our project configured to track any controller input action. Just go to PICO Building Blocks, PICO Controller, and then select PICO Controller Tracking. You'll be prompted to install the starter assets to bring in the controller's logic and button mapping. If you see any red warnings, just hit Fix All. Unity will automatically optimize your project settings for the PICO. And just like that, the building block has added the controllers and wired up the entire XR origin for us. Next, let's bring our world into the headset by adding the Video See-Through building block. If we head over to our XR origin and scroll down to the PXR Manager script, you'll see that the building block has already done the work for us. The Video See-Through box is checked and ready to go. To try our project on the headset, make sure that you enter both your access token and your app ID before build and running the project. Now, if you have built your project and you're still seeing a black screen, let me show you how you can fix that. This is simple. Go to your project settings and disable mobile HDR. Pass-through needs a clean signal to work, and HDR interferes with that layer. And as you can see now, the Video See-Through is working. To have full control over the Video See-Through, we can manipulate its visibility via a script. For that, I'm going to create a mono-behavior script called Toggle Pass-Through that will toggle on and off the Video See-Through depending on an input action from the controller. Inside the script, we start with an input action variable. Think of this as an empty slot where we later tell Unity which controller button to listen for. We also have a Boolean variable that we initialize at the start. This keeps track of whether the pass-through is currently on or off. Then, we use a simple function to toggle that state. Every time the button is pressed, it flips that variable, turning the PXR Manager cameras on and off. The full script is in a GitHub repository. You can find the link in the description down below. Now let's assign the script via the inspector, create an empty scene object, and drop in the script into it. And for the toggle action, we will add the XRI left interaction select. And as you can see, we can now toggle on and off the Video See-Through via the left controller select option. Next, to add some styling to our feed, I'm gonna add the PICO building block Video See-Through effect. Once the PICO Video See-Through block is in your scene, you don't really need to code from scratch. All the controls are right there in the inspector. You can see these attributes for brightness, contrast, saturation. These are your primary levers for the camera feed. If you're wondering how this actually works, it's all running through the PXR camera effect component. See these fields here? When you change a value, it's calling internal functions like set brightness or set saturation. It's literally taking your number and passing it directly to the hardware to adjust how the real world looks inside the headset. For a more custom look, we can use the camera LUT section. I've included a sample LUT texture in the project files. You can just drag and drop it right into this field. Now, for this to actually work, there are two important settings to change on the texture file itself. First, you need to enable the read-write so the script can access the pixel data. Second, make sure to set the compression to RGBA 32-bit, then hit apply. And that's a wrap. We've got the brightness and saturation sliders working through the building block, the custom LUT is giving us that specific look, and our script handles the toggle perfectly.